I'm Ryan Newman, and since I started with Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives, I found out that some people think that they can't be an organ donor. The truth is, anyone can sign up to be an organ donor.
Anyone?
Anyone?
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Anyone can sign up to be an organ donor. So don't count yourself out because somebody's counting on you. Go to driventosavelives.org and sign up today.
But my heart's going to you, Ryan.
Love that shirt.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Another night of iRacing action here on the National Racing Network. Tonight it will be the stars and cars of the iRacing Sprint Car Cup, picking up the second end of the twin bill with the Silver Crowns, heading off to Iowa Speedway, located in Newton, Iowa. Qualifications just getting out onto the racetrack. Let's pick up Tracy Petter. Saw a fantastic show last night in the Silver Crowns, and quite frankly, we are expecting to see a pretty darn good one here tonight as well. As Connor Knowlton going to head to the top of the speed charts at 21.812 second lap. Mitch Drevnovsky second. How about Rich Foreman moving up into position number 2 with a lap time of 21.890. Tracy Petter second. Quick. Mitch Drevnovsky, new quick time. Top of the speed charts, 21.601. Let's pick up Rich Foreman for the end of his qualifying lap in the Rich Foreman photography number 7. His second lap will be a tick faster, but not good enough to improve on the speed charts. He will remain in the 5th position. Jason Lee Ford in the number 49 machine. He will be the 16 in your timing and scoring windows. He is up to the 10th position. Let's see what lap number 2 will do. It will be his fastest, but does not move him out of position number 10. Picking up Thomas Lewandowski, working his way through on lap number 1. Car number 4 for Mr. Lewandowski here this evening. See what he can do off of turn number 4 on lap 1. And his time will be a 21.778. 21.77 with an 8 puts him up into the 4th position. Only 77 thousandths off of Connor Knowlton's 3rd position, about a 10th and 3/4 off of P1. Lap number 2 for Lewandowski over the start-finish line, and he will move to no improvement, 4th quick. Austin Rich Miller now slots up into position number 4 as we pick up the red ring rocket at Josh Batista. Oh, he scrapes the wall off of 4. Lap number 2 will not score, 21.960. The lap time of record for Josh Batista. We'll pick up now the number 20 of Blake Olson. Minute 48 remaining in the qualifying session, and a big field tonight. 27 cars on the entry list. And an SOF of 26.97. The very Alex Bowman colors on that number 20 there. Dylan Vilashinsky also getting out onto the racetrack, as is Ted Lee, working lap number 1. Aaron Parsons, TJ Hassan, John Sluter, and Robert Brenneman have not made their way out onto the speedway. Still plenty of time to do so, though. Lap time's only in that 20-second or so mark. Ted Lee finishing his qualification run, so we'll go back to the 20 of Blake Olson. 22.805 will be lap number 1 for Blake Olson. Dylan Vilashinsky moving up to position at number 15 with his first lap. 22.059. Going to be almost a half second off of Mitch Drevnovsky's quick time. With 40 seconds remaining, lap number 2 for Blake Olson, good enough to move up to the 21st position. Here's a look at that number 8 of Vilashinsky over the start-finish line, and he will conclude the qualification run with a lap time of 22.190. My goodness, this thing happens quick here at the Iowa Speedway. I don't even know if I told you who I am yet. My name is Chris Graham, flying solo in the booth for this one here tonight. Light the comments up. We'll have the conversations. What is it? You bring the drinks, I'll crank the tunes? Something like that. Field getting out onto the starting grid. Let's pull that look there, and we'll get you a look at tonight's starting lineup. On the pole of the course, extra gold, number 21. Will be the number 21 of Mitch Drevnovsky. He's the 2 in timing and scoring. Lap time at 21.601 seconds to put that car on the pole. Starting on the outside of row number 1 in the number 98 will be Tracy Petter. That car will carry the 1 in timing and scoring. 2 of the best in the iRacing sprint cars on the front row. A couple of drivers over 7,500 iRating on the front row for this show here tonight. Row number 2 will have the 24 of Connor Knowlton out of New England. That car will carry the number 9 in timing and scoring. And the Miller High Life Special belonging to Austin Rich Miller lining up on the outside of row number 1. That is car number 7. Row 3 tonight will have Thomas Lewandowski in the 4. A little bit of a surprise to see Lewandowski back so far in the grid. But you got some heavy iron up here in front of him, too. A whole lot of 410 cubic inch bald eagles out there. Lewandowski's going to have to work his way past. Riley Murichico lining up on the outside of row number 3, about a quarter of a second back of your pole sitter. Jeffrey Stanton in the Napa Auto Parts, Rockwell, North Carolina, number 94. That car will be the 6 in timing and scoring, lining up alongside of the Street Side Classics, number 3 of Derek Love. Row 5 will have the Rich Foreman Photography, number 7 of Rich Foreman. That car will be the 12 in timing and scoring, alongside of the number 15 of Jason Gardner out of the Carolinas. That car only about a third of a second back. Austin Nye in the mean green. That's a Brady Bacon-looking car right there. The BC Throwback Tribute helmet. Lining up inside of row number 6 to his outside, Kenneth Allen in car number 11. Row 7 tonight, that red Ream Rocket belonging to Josh Batista. The car is number 20. It's the 10 in timing and scoring, alongside of the 16 in timing and scoring, and the 49 on the car. That one belongs to Jason Lee Ford. Dylan Vilashinsky in car number 8, lining up inside of row number 8, alongside of Ronald Gibbons in the 19. Row number 9 tonight, the TNT Racing, number 14 of Todd Taylor. We'll talk a little bit more about that, but the TNT Shock Series coming up as soon as this race is done. He will line up alongside of the number 18, belonging to Carl Prince. Laura Gerhardt in the Kibu, number 13, out of Germany, inside of row number 10. And Robert Love running that Brian Clausen tribute, number 22 throwback. Fantastic look for Robert Love's car. That's D-Love's dad. See if he can move that machine forward here tonight. Blake Olson in the number 20, lining up inside of row number 11, alongside of the number 26 of Bruce Klingon. That car will be the 4 for that yellow and purple scheme on the racetrack. Ted Lee out of Florida starting on the inside of row number 12, alongside of Aaron Parsons in the number 21. Row number 13, TJ Hassan in the 24, and John Sluter in the 25. Final row of the grid, the Fatheads, number 6, belonging to Robert Brenneman. That car will be The final car on the grid as the field makes their way off of turn number 4. Getting ready to see the green flag. Here we go. We're underway at Iowa Speedway. And it will be a good lead for Mitch Drevnovsky into turn number 1. Tracy Petter going to have the look inside. How about Austin Rich Miller? High, wide, and handsome up the middle of the racetrack off of 2. A little bit of a twitch out of that number 7 machine. Man alive, Austin Rich Miller is on a tear right now. Tracy Petter having to fight off a hornet's nest behind them. Connor Knowlton, Derek Love, Jeffrey Stanton. Good battle back here in the pack. D Love looking to make it 3 wide off of 2. Austin Rich Miller has settled things down ever so slightly in his pursuits at the front. You see the clock there. This race is time limited. However, that's because caution laps do not count here in the iRacing Sprint Car Cup. 40 laps will be the distance here tonight. Keep your eye on that number 9 machine, the red and black 24 of Connor Knowlton, kind of orange and black, I guess. He's got D-Love right back behind. Oh, baby, Rich Foreman almost making some contact there with Riley Murchio. Murichico? Sorry, Riley. I'm not trying to screw up your name on purpose. So things settle down a modicum at the front of the field. Let's pick up Jeffrey Stanton, though. Piloting car number 94 tonight. Go on board the CarQuest Cage Cam. Look, Jeffrey Stanton, man, he's had a couple of Punker Factor Zulu moments already. Good Lord, man, there's cars everywhere. There's Josh Batista looking to the inside. Austin Nye looking up high on the outside. Dave Despain, eat your heart out. You wish you guys had this camera look back in the 1980s. At least the ability to pan, tilt, and zoom it anyway. Stanton able to open up this gap ever so slightly. Let's swing the camera back around here. As he's got Riley Murichico. Murichio. That's what I think it is. Oh, man, Batista and Nye absolutely throwing haymakers at each other. Get a little bit deeper back in the field here. Jason Gardner, Kenneth Allen, Jason Lee Ford all battling 13, 14, 15. Side-by-side duels throughout the field here. Very quickly working lap number 9 of 40, and this race could be over in a hurry. If we do not get a caution flag, things have definitely started to settle down towards the front here ever so slightly. Trouble looks like for Carl Prince. That car slow down on the inside of the racetrack. Let's go back here. Oh, baby, Josh Batista. Hold on to that thing off of turn number 2. Coming up in just about a half hour, 9:45 Eastern Daylight Time, the TNT Shock Series. Coming back, taking an extra week off. They decided not to run on iRacing Season 2 release day. That was a good call. The PM18's heading off to the New Hampshire Motor Speedway for what will be a fantastic race out there. Seeing some of the pre-race chats from these guys. But we got to get through this one first. Batista still looking inside of Austin Nye. Oh, man, so tough there. Trying to keep the car pinched down. It wants to slide out towards the wall. Take a look at the weather conditions here tonight. 66-degree ambient, a very nice 69-degree track temperature. And only 10-mile-per-hour winds, a little bit cooler than what we saw last night for the Silver Crowns. Move up a little forward here. This is going to be second, third, and fourth on the screen right now. Austin Rich Miller holding on to that second position with Tracy Petter and Derek Love giving chase. Already lap number 15 going up on the scoreboard. 26 circuits remaining here at the Iowa Speedway. Thomas Lewandowski sit back there in the 9th position. Obviously just not very comfortable with how that car is running tonight. Oh, Derek Love scrapes that outside safer barrier down the front straightaway. Josh Batista battling now with Thomas Lewandowski. Austin Nye's there. Oh, baby. Oh, and Nye's into the fence. Austin Nye hard into the inside wall. He's down on the apron. It may not bring out a caution, and we've got a fight for second. Tracy Petter inside of Austin Rich Miller off of turn number 2. They briefly swapped the spots through 1 and 2 last time by. D-Love's going to have a great view with the action out the front of that number 3 machine. Petter able to clear. Here comes Miller right back down to the inside, throwing the crossover into 1. Not quite the place you're going to see that kind of soft slider get thrown. Now Mitch Drevnovsky starting to run away with this. The gap sitting at 1.1 seconds, but it is it was shrinking ever so slightly as Petter able to clear Miller. Now D-Love going to work on that 7 machine. Lap number 20 up on the scoreboard. 21 circuits remain. It'll be halfway next time by. In a race that has taken all of 7 minutes and 4 seconds to complete to this point. As time permits, we will do the full victory lane interviews. But we do got to get the Shock Series on the air here in about 25 minutes. If things keep up at the pace they are, we will be able to talk to all 3. Seeing Sinon checking in, saying, a little surprised that didn't draw a yellow, but it's on the apron. That's it. I think iRacing may have adjusted the parameters ever so slightly on how sensitive the cautions are, because I'm noticing a lot of things that are off the racing line are not drawing a caution flag as quickly as they would have in the past. The lead is down to 3/4 of a second for Mitch Drevnovsky over Tracy Petter. But Derek Love still trying to work on that 7 of Austin Rich Miller. A couple other battles going on back here. Laura Gerhardt fighting with Jason Lee Ford and Ronald Gibbons. That's going to be 15, 16, 17 making their way off of turn number 2. Another good fight. Just up here, that's going to be the Jeffrey and Riley show heading off towards turn number 1. And you can see these drivers. Oh, and caution is out. Yellow flag for the first time tonight, and it will come with 16 laps to go. Looks like trouble for Ted Lee. Take a look here and see what happened on the NRN replay. Lee all by himself off of turn number 2. Oh, the car just stayed twitchy and a wild series of flips and tumbles. Oh my goodness, that car's still barrel rolling. Oh, that's right in front of the race leaders that car comes to a stop. Let's take a look at that one again from a little bit closer angle here. See what happened. You can see the car get twitchy off the corner, and he's fighting it. Sullivan on the wheel, clips the outside safer barrier, and oh my goodness. That was a wild ride. for Ted Lee. So we'll pick up our race leader, Mitch Drevnovsky. Interesting comment here, and actually Jeffrey Stanton may be able to give us a little bit of information on this. Sign on saying, yeah, that makes sense. NASCAR 2003 works like that. I don't know how much code is left from iRacing 2003 in the iRacing baseline code. I know the OG stuff was kind of a hybrid of NASCAR 2003 and Grand Prix Legends, but as the sim has developed over time, I'm not real sure how much of that is still going to come into play here. But seeing your race leaders get down onto the apron of the racetrack, they're trying to find some cool for those Hoosier tires. Was talking with Rich Foreman a little bit in the pre-race, and last night that car just disappeared at the very start of the race on lap 1. Qualified on pole and immediately headed towards the back of the pack, bounced off the outside wall just a couple of laps in, finishing towards the back of the field. Rich telling me that basically what happened was all of the force feedback just disappeared out of his sim rig. A little kind of hardware failure. The 10-cent washer that cost Parnelli Jones another Indy 500. And basically, he had nothing when he went into turn number 1 and just had no feeling in the race car. So, tough break there for Rich Foreman, but swapping some war stories in the pre-race, having a good time getting to chat with Rich. That was a whole lot of fun. So we should see the lights go out on the iRacing safety car here next time by, and it'll be 16 laps to go. Let's see if we can't get a quick word here with Derek Love, driver running in the 4th position. And Derek, how does the car feel out there? It seems like it's pretty good.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Didn't realize what was going on here. Uh-oh. Austin, sorry, man. I got pulled in the booth and I didn't realize what was going on here. Well, you got me live.
Yeah, I would say we got you live. Unfortunately, a little bit of contact there with Austin Rich Miller. Looks like he's going to be all right. Gets the car back up.
Yeah, it pulled my screen over, and I had to move it out of the way here. And anyways, what we're asking, we're about to go green here. Hopefully we got no damage. I think we're all right. I felt like we had speed for P2. I don't know, Tracy's maybe holding a little bit back. Let's see what we can do. Hopefully Austin's not too mad at me. Man, let's solve it after the race, and let's get something done right now.
All right, buddy. Derek, good luck the rest of the way here. That's a first for us. We drag a driver into the booth, and all hell breaks loose, quite frankly. So, field's going to come off of turn number 4. Mitch Drevnovsky, Tracy Petter, Austin Rich Miller, your top 3. We'll see if there's any damage to the cars running in the 3rd and 4th positions. Looks like Austin Rich Miller may be okay here, as your top 3 breaking away from 4th place Derek Love, and possibly trouble here. That was the slowdown that we're seeing there. So it'll be 15 laps to go. Your top 2 go into war. Mitch Drevnovsky, Tracy Petter battling for the top spot. Let's take a look at the car of Austin Rich Miller, see if we can see any damage. The car looks okay. Don't see anything on the right-hand side of the car either. And if we zoom out to the wide shot, he's going to start making up some ground. Oh, his caution flag is out. Second time tonight, the caution is out. And it looks like it may be trouble for Riley Muricchio and Austin Nye. Also, Josh Batista possibly getting a piece of this. We got to wait for the timing tower to finish cycling here, and then we can get you a look at the replay and see what happened. Take a look at it on the replay. Pick up Josh Batista. Oh, big contact there. Batista hard up into the outside. Oh! And Austin Nye absolutely drills him. Batista hung up in the fence. He'll have to take the tow. And oh my goodness. Well, things were a little bit settled. Looks like Rich Foreman also going to be on pit lane. In fact, a handful of cars making their way down pit lane now. I would imagine Austin Rich Miller and Derek Glover having a conversation in the race chat here in the iRacing Sprint Car Cup SOF Discord. So we will not be bringing them in. But let's take a look. See if we can see what happened to Rich Foreman here as well. This was under the caution period. And we're seeing Rich Foreman down here on pit lane. Oh, big swerve there to miss one of the cars involved in the incident. I wonder if Rich might be on pit lane putting fuel in the race car, because you fill the fuel tank up on these things. And the back end of the car is going to be a whole lot happier. Now, let's take a look one more time here at the replay. We'll pick it up here from Josh Batista's view. There's the initial contact. Jason Lee Ford getting into the wall, and the huge hit with Austin Nye. And Batista hung up in the catch fence, protecting that Musco lighting system. That's a good point by Sidon, checking force feedback. Yeah, I would be. Now, of note here, and this one is going to be interesting. Mitch Drevnovsky scored as the race leader at the time of the caution. Basically, what that means is Tracy Petter, who had done a whole lot of work to get past, all of that was for naught. He will have to go back into the second position. Austin Rich Miller still sitting there in the third position as the lights are out, and we're going to get ready to go back green flag racing. Unfortunately, going to be a short cutoff for us here tonight. With these back-to-back cautions, I jinxed it. Sorry, guys. Will force us to jump out of the sprint car race basically as soon as this thing is done. And still showing 13 laps to go. When does Drevnovsky go back to the loud pedal? Can't get it yet. Got to wait for the pace car to hit pit lane. There it goes, and very quickly. On the throttle goes Mitch Drevnovsky. Tracy Petter's going to have to make up about 6 car lengths by the time they get back here to turn number 1. Oh, what a drive off the corner for Petter. My goodness, that was a lot of power off the corner. And here comes Austin Rich Miller. Petter has the race lead at the line. Miller linking inside of Drevnovsky as well. Oh, man, these cars starting to twitch all over the place now. Miller, he wants to go 2 for 1. Trying to get up to the race lead. Take that Miller High Life Special to the front. Memories at Jim Hurdabeast in the Genesee Beer Wagon. He also had Miller High Life on the car for a handful of years as well. Miller knows he's going to have to make this move now if he wants to get it done. A lot of speed through the middle of the corner, but Petter and Drevnovsky just carrying too much momentum as we are down to 10 laps to go. Now Miller's going to try to change the lineup a little bit. D-Love has to grab the binders. Connor Knowlton going to be there as well. 5-car slugfest for the race lead here at the Iowa Speedway. You wonder if Miller just put too much heat in those Hoosier tires trying to fight for the race lead. Yeah, you can see the right rear starting to get a little bit loose on him there. It's a tough spot for Derek Love because that car is going to want to push at corner exit as Petter and Drevnovsky go back to fighting for the race lead. 2x2 off the turn 1. Tracy Petter's led 5 laps tonight. Mitch Drevnovsky has led 25. Oh, they're both starting to slide these cars around. Connor Knowlton now inside of Austin Rich Miller. Oh, that's tight towards turn 1 for the top 2. Man, I don't know which show to watch here, man. The battle at the front is good, but Austin Rich Miller has an absolute handful. Connor Knowlton fighting that same fight down on the inside. It is just cooking the right side tires off. Man, Knowlton was sideways halfway down the backstretch. Drevnovsky back to the front. Now it's Petter back to the front. They're still side by side for the lead with 6 to go. My goodness, Mitch Drevnovsky was flat sideways off of turn 2 that last time by. 5 to go, and everybody at the front has settled down slightly. Miller still able to hold off Derek Love. Now Jeffrey Stanton and Connor Knowlton. Oh, but here comes Drevnovsky. Big dive inside. He's trying anything to find some speed there. But now with 3 to go, this is Tracy Petter's race to lose. Drevnovsky could catch some heat here from Miller, Love, and Stanton before this thing is over as well. Oh, Miller sideways. He's still loose. Fishtails it the whole way down the front stretch. 3 wildly different lines through 1 and 2. Oh, there's almost contact between Miller and Love. Oh, you saw the flames come out of the exhaust pipe. Miller had to back out of the throttle to keep from running over Derek Love at the entrance to turn number 3. We're down to 1 lap to go. Tracy Petter holding a 1 second advantage over Mitch Drevnovsky off of turn number 4. Checkered flag goes in the air. Tracy Petter gets the win at Iowa. Oh, and 4 or 5 cars battling for 3rd through 6th. My goodness, what a show. But Tracy Petter picks up the race win. Well, he's already gone, too. Race results have gone official. So let's show you these before we got to jump on out of here. Tracy Petter getting the race win over Mitch Drevnovsky. Derek Love comes home 3rd. 4th to Austin Rich Miller. 5th, Connor Knowlton. 6th, Jeffrey Stanton. 7th, Dylan Vilashinsky. 8th to Thomas Lewandowski. Kenneth Allen in the 9th position. And Jason Gardner completes the top 10. 11 through 20 up there on the screen right now. Robert Brenham in the first car, 1 lap down, finishing in the 19th position. Pretty badass. 18 cars on the lead lap after a 40-lap feature event here at the Iowa Speedway. Everybody 21st back through 27th having pretty big issues at various points here tonight. But always good to see a big 27-car field. And now it's time for us to get off the air here. Don't go anywhere. The feed is going to automatically kick you over to the TNT Shock Series coming up from the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. We got to pack up the gear, jump on the Starship Super Heavy or whatever it's going to be, but something to get us up to New England pretty darn quick. For everybody here at the National Racing Network that makes these shows happen, my name is Chris Graham. Thank you so much for hanging out. Don't go anywhere. TNT Shock Series is next.